throughout the game. Of course, Terry Matteson, he was injured last week, so he's not playing tonight. But even Terry has not been radar-like with the boot. It has been a problem all the way through the season. They probably would have beaten Wigan last Friday.
Well, they would. If they'd have converted their tries, they would have beaten them, no doubt. This is Peter Gill now. Just looking down the list, actually, I don't think there's anybody else in this London side with any experience of kicking a goal. Edwards maybe. Oh, and Marcus St. Hilaire juggled but got away with it. Beasley with a good chase. And now London penalised for the flop. Spencer tried to stop himself but couldn't.
Well, somewhat pedantic there by the official Russell Smith. He knew he'd done wrong and put his hands up. Perhaps he could have allowed play on, but the rules are there. Nice to see that the official is abiding by them.
Cleary now for Leeds. Good defence from London again. Young and Beasley and Carroll hunting. It was Masella who was the runner. This is Sheridan. He gives it a bit of width now to Godden, and Godden has gone round Timu. Great run, great tackle though from Glenair.
Great work there. He just handed off Timu as though he was a little baby.
Morley, Leeds delighted to see him back.
Great run by the big forward. Sheridan's on form.
Yes, he looks busy, but Timu tracked him all the way then. Brought him down. Godden's the dummy half. This now is Harris. Here's the bomb again. Another tester for Tollett this. It's a massive high kick. Tollett missed it. Oh, it's bounced off the crossbar. Sterling scores. I think the referee will hand it on though. He'd want to check offside everywhere.
Check the offside, please. Video there, check the offside.
Were they all onside? Were they offside? The grounding, there was no problem. It bounced off the bar. No problem there. Now then.
Well, Sterling comes in pretty late. Awful attempt by Tulson Tollett. Quite obvious that the Leeds coach, Graham Murray, has been studying the video and feels that Tulson Tollett has problems with the bomb. That's the second occasion he's made a real meal of it. He didn't get anywhere near that, but I think this will be a try. Now Sterling's out of the picture to your right here. You'll see him coming just there. Not the best attempt, was it? It hits the crossbar, bounces back. Blackmore couldn't get to it. Sterling does. It'll be a try.
Yes, I don't think London can escape this time, but here's the decision. And the try is given. Leeds hit the front, and the bomb from Iestyn Harris has twice caused pandemonium in the London Broncos defence. So Leeds with Harris. He showed it to Hay. The Broncos didn't take the dummy though. It was well tracked by Timu. Sheridan. Leeds looking to capitalise on this territorial advantage. St. Hilaire disappears under the tackle from Rexless and Edwards. Plays the ball to Morley, the big fella, to use his strength. Met though head on by Grant Young and Rexless again. Newton the dummy half. Whoa, and Masella, well, they're sticking for Leeds. London are putting them down. Cleary lost the ball. It was well claimed actually by the tackler, and the tackler, Peter Gill.
I think Gill brought it out of him. It was one-on-one. Well, he got Eddie Spencer, and he's now got Morley. Well, we just saw a brief shot there of Graham Murray. He'll be quite happy with a 6-point lead, but he won't be too happy with the fact that Cleary had the ball reefed away from him by the loose forward Peter Gill.
Timu's the dummy half. Edwards, he hands it on then to Glenair. Cuts inside, got away from Hay, but he couldn't get away from Masella. Edwards again to take over. Carroll will trundle it up, then he will give it to Toshak, and Toshak gets them over the halfway line. Interesting to see how they're using Carroll out wide. Oh, he's dropped the ball as Grant Young. He has. Big hit it was by Andy Hay. Was it ever? You see how Hay went pretty low. Blackmore came in, made sure that the ball was going to be dislodged. Shaky start by the Broncos. Newton out wide to the Super League's top scorer, Francis Cummins. Well watched by Timu and Glenair. This is Adrian Morley, involved right from the start. London all offside. Well, you could see how much they were moving forward, Leeds. Oh, now London have disputed the call, and it's a penalty further forward now. Peter Gill leading the protests, and he's on his way, I think, to the sin bin, because even though the penalty wasn't enough, Gill has to go to the sin bin.
Well, it's all happening here, isn't it? The experienced Peter Gill normally is quite placid, but he completely lost it.
Well, he lost it, he disputed it, the referee marched him 10, he continued the debate, and Russell Smith just went straight to the pocket and said he's not going to listen to any more, take 10 minutes. Tony Curry will not be impressed either with the decision, I fancy, or with the reaction from his captain.
Not the best start, and you could see it etched on his face there, Tony Curry, not happy with proceedings. But I must say, Peter Gill was obviously just asking the referee. He is allowed to, he's the only one on the field. The two captains can go and question the referee.
It's the manner, though, Steve-O, surely, isn't it? The manner in which you question, surely.
Of course.
Well, he obviously didn't say sir.
Of course.
Harris steadies his sights and adds 2 more points to the Leeds total. 8-0, the Rhinos lead, and this is a shaky start from a desperate London team.
Sure is. Now you can see there that it was Spencer that didn't make any attempt to get back, and he was right in front. Now I think Gill was probably saying to the referee that you were taking him back more than the 10. You could see with the line markings that they were probably about 12 metres back. But Spencer did not make, and there's Gill having a few extra words to say. Oh, that looked a bit shady too.
Yes, the referee said, I think we could lip read about 4 times, Peter, and the inference was he wanted him to stay quiet. Then he marched him 10. That's a penalty to London.
Just didn't see a fall on this one.
Oh.
Didn't see a fall, Grant.
And Grant Young not happy with the decision. I thought that there was a hand or a knee or a foot in there from Masella. Maybe not.
Well, it's a bit accidental. Now he says he didn't see it. What's all that stuff wrapped around his ear? I thought this new technology was be able to... He said, I didn't see it, said Russell Smith. What's the blokes doing in the stand then?
Here's Harris. Blackmore pops it up for Sheridan. He finds Godden.
Back up on the wall. Come on, lads.
Good work there by Matt Toshak. Came in and just snuffed it out. Well, Leeds will be happy with this start. They certainly look on fire, eager to get forward.
Sheridan.
And that's the problem, Eddie, that they're...
And now the referee pings Leeds for the knock-on.
Yeah. Sheridan lost control. It was a big hit by the prop forward Grant Young.
Beasley trying to make some ground. Good tackling by Mark Glanville.
Had a second pop at it as well. Could have been penalised. Good work though by Beasley. It surprised me he didn't start the game last week. He was on the bench.
Nothing to choose between these two in terms of penalties at the moment, but 8-0 on the scoreboard. That bounced off the London man, so it's play on for the moment. This is Timu trying to force the pass. Now then, did the Leeds man play for the ball as it was passed inside? That's the debate for touch judge and referee, and it will decide on head and feed.
Well, this is the reason why he didn't go back to 6. You can see there the loose forward Mark Glanville made no play to it. He turned his back on the kick, and Timu tried to keep the ball alive. He knew that it was the last, and was it Cummings that pushed it out?
Well, the referee and touch judge believe not. They've given Leeds head and feed.
Or that man in the stand.
Feet down, lads.
The man in the stand.
Mr. Berry, I do believe it is.
It is.
Referee's coordinator.
Hands off.
Sterling.
Good defence there. Beasley really went in. I must say Beasley looks a bit dazed there. He has a very awkward style, Beasley. Picks up a few knocks during the course of any game. There's the Broncos hooker.
Good run from Hay to the halfway line. Newton dummy half finds Sheridan, who in turn finds Harris. And Harris showed a couple of dummies. Peter Gill still waiting, and he's got 4.5 minutes to go. There's the big bomb again. and he's still not convinced with it. He's dropped it again. Tollett.
They'll play the first knock on.
Oh dear, Tolson Tollett is going through the horrors with these high kicks, and he said, don't call or give me a call to Chris Ryan.
Well, the full-back should overrule anybody. Whether that's just a bit of an excuse because he's going through a nightmare time now, is the full-back. Again, Graham Murray, the Leeds coach, obviously feeling that Tollett is that weak link.
And so far in the opening 16 minutes, nothing at all to dispute that view. Here's Masella, he straightens it up. It was a good tackle by Beasley. Now Newton trying to pinch one from dummy half, and he almost scrambled his way over. Sterling flicks it back to Sheridan. This is Harris, they've got a man out wide. St. Hilaire held on. Godden was in front of him.
Did well then, did the Broncos defence. Two dummy runners went through, second phase of attack came at him, but Timu was equal to the task. Knock on from Sheridan, play on.
Yes, Spencer has it for London.
Well, they can't get out of their own quarter, can they, the Broncos, mainly due to the defence from Leeds. Pretty hard to take a ball like that on the run. Far better to just throw yourself on the ball.
This is Timu. Disappears under Newton and Morley. All Leeds, isn't it? And most of it in the London half of the field, that 58% of the possession. London having a devil's own job getting out of their own half and getting in each other's way. Well, it's amazing the transformation between last week and this so far from London, who slugged it out toe to toe with Wigan.
Makes you wonder how much it probably took out of them.
They started desperately slow against Warrington, didn't they? Remember, they were 12-0 down after 10 minutes. Good kick, though, that. A relieving kick downfield from Beasley.
Had to be as well one of the few times that they've actually gone into the Leeds half. The towering kick there. Fullback St. Hilaire having no chance to go for it. They'll try to pressurise and hope that Leeds come up with a big mistake. But it must be worrying times for the coach, Tony Kerry.
Well, it will be, not only for the fact, of course, that he is the London coach, but he played here at Headingley with such distinction. And offside at the scrum, the Broncos.
Got to be back 5 metres, and you could see that they'd already broken away from the scrum. And the three quarters out wide were also pinned. Quite a few to choose from. But this is the biggest problem that London are having, because Leeds are getting over the advantage line. Some good strong runs by their forwards. They look really fired up for this one today.
Newton to Sheridan. Sheridan then to Godden. Sheridan again. Fleary now. Up the middle he goes. Takes on Retchless. Edwards comes in as reinforcements. Harris. Good run from Harris. He sliced through them. Great try from the Welsh international, Iestyn Harris. They held off, and that is fatal against Iestyn Harris. Just sliced through the defence. Registers number 9 of the season for him, the Leeds captain.
Great balance by Harris. See how he runs the arc. Just throws the dummy. Spencer couldn't get anywhere near him. Stepped on the gas, scored a sensational try. This is the reason why Graham Murray's brought him from the full-back position to the standoff. And Spencer could just barely get a fingertip to him. The balance on the...
Tollett after him, and Tollett gets him.
Well, that's amazing that Tolson Tollett actually stood pace to pace there for Sterling. Oh, that's got to be an obstruction. Well, Lady Luck is certainly on the lead side at the moment.
Blackmore. This now is Harris, and Morley puts it down. Now the attack comes to an end. But one or two moments there that London might feel they were hard done by.
Well, the ball went backwards, even if Edwards did get a touch to it. Beasley did well, and you can see Hay touches it, and then it's St. Hilaire, the full back. He certainly touches it. This is a run, though, from Sterling, and Tollett came across Well, you'd have put your house on Sterling having too much pace. Tracked him down well, didn't he? Well, he may have been having a few problems with the bomb, but he certainly had great cover defence there.
Well, they all overran Glenair then. Toshak went one way, Edwards went the other, and Ayr had to hang on. Spencer goes off, Millard comes on, and now Leeds have committed a foul, a high tackle.
Newton, swinging arm. Bit of a problem here. See, he went right over the shoulder. Well, London desperate for points. They really need something different. At least Edwards did try the kick over the top.
Tollett can't get away from Sheridan. Beasley showed it to Millard, gave it instead to Toshak. Suddenly London start to attack with Beasley.
Good offload as well there by Matt Toshak.
Ayr to Edwards. Edwards out wide, it goes to Timu. He picked that one up well. Tried to hand off Brad Godden, but Godden and Cummins combined to bring him down. Here's Rob Smythe. And Smythe releases the pass.
I think he got it away well. That'll be play on. Well done, the touch judge, that side.
Retchless.
Oh, great defence from Leeds.
Beasley off the ground to Edwards. Edwards with a crossfield kick, that's gone backwards. Toshak got a hand to it, that went backwards also. He now puts the kick in forwards. St. Hilaire's over there, and he picks it up.
Good position there by the fullback, anticipating that they perhaps would kick for the corner. The reason why St. Hilaire was there, because he knew that Edwards wanted to go into that corner. He read it well, but it wasn't the best kick from Sean.
Marcella puts the pass down. London have got it back with Millard. Now this is Beasley. London with their first real opportunity of this match. Edwards to Glenair, and he then brings it back, finds a bit of space for himself. Tollett, he's closed down though by Morley. Millard again, dummy half, he gives it to Carroll, who goes on a drive and then goes without the ball.
Mistake time again for the Broncos. Again, it was the impact, wasn't it, by Terry Newton. Good tackle by the hooker. Well, a golden opportunity missed there by London. The try would have steadied the nerves. Big hit, there's a fair tackle. Millard picked him up, didn't put the arm in between the legs, so that's okay.
Cleary with Young all over him. Newton dummy half. Here now is Marcella again. Over the halfway line once more go Leeds, but that's the last tackle.
But look how easy they get over that advantage line.
Harris just slants one over the top this time, and Tollett traps it with the foot first, anxious to make no more mistakes. But Morley came in, and then Glanville came in.
Newton with the arm and Glanville. There you see Glanville going in. Well, there's lucky not to perhaps get a little bit more than that. Dangerous play by the loose forward. Doesn't do your teeth much good.
So London will come again from the halfway line. What would they give for a try now? It would certainly lift their confidence. John Keir, of course, said before the match, London a desperate side and they would really get in the face of Leeds. So far, they haven't got going.
Well, there was the forward from Young.
And they were left in no doubt, the officials, by the Leeds supporters. Edwards now. Out wide it goes to Timu. Good ball back on the inside to Smythe. Morley gets to him. Smythe tries to get to his feet. Edwards to Gill. Little dink over the top by Gill. And hacked on by Timu, but that finds touch. Well, Timu trying to be inventive.
Well, the little kick over the top is the option, should I say, Peter Gill. It's the second occasion. Edwards tried before. Leeds early in the tackle count, of course, they do not use a sweeper. They usually bring the full back up in between the danger areas, they call it. That's the 5 metres behind the one line of defence.
Sheridan to St Hilaire. Ayr and Tollett get to him. And a switch of the prop forwards. Jamie Matthew comes on for Martin Masella, who has run strongly in the opening 27.5 minutes. There is Matthew.
Pretty strong bench, isn't it? On the lead side, Powell, Holroyd, Farrell and Matthew. It's a luxury that Graham Murray said you had to need to be successful.
Hay drops it, Beasley picks up, and then he goes down in a heap.
Well, you could see that he was just trying to offload. Remember, we had a bit of a downpour just before the kick-off, so a little bit slippy out there.
Gill. Millard, up the middle he goes. Millard, of course, left the field in some distress last week at the Stoop. It's good to see him back. Just a week after that. Good ball from Edwards. Timu, though, couldn't take it in.
You've got to take your chances, and I'm afraid that Timu certainly bombed that one. And that looked a pretty high shot from Ayr. It was a perfectly timed pass. He'd actually beaten Godden. Godden was just caught a little bit tight on that sliding defence. Beautiful pass by Edwards. Chance gone.
Yes, and they needed that, didn't they? Here's Glanville now for Leeds. Mark Glanville back for the last two. He missed 5 in a row before that. Sheridan's on his own, but he got away from 2 would-be tackles and found Hay, who just waltzed through Mark Carroll.
Well, Gill caught Ryan Sheridan there. He caught him with a beauty. Sheridan's a bit groggy.
Another high kick. Real problems with the high kicks. There's another try, is it, or was it knocked forward? Another decision here for the video ref. Harris thinks he's got the try, but did it come last off the Leeds man?
I suspect that Fanny Cummins was offside.
Did it come off the London man? Smythe.
I think it might be a knock-on here, yeah.
Which of the 2 players grounded the ball?
Definitely Francis Cummins got a hand to it. So they'll play the first knock-on. This will not be a try to Harris. But again, London having problems with the big bomb. This time Smythe at least got underneath it. Tollett was far too late. And this is what the video ref wants to have a look at. Now it's taken by Smythe first, touched by Smythe. And then I think Cummings gets a fingertip to it. Or does he? Well. This may be a try.
Studied closely by the video ref. Harris thinks it's a try. And you know what Thorpe did? Touch now in the measure of the video referee. It's down to him to decide.
Did he throw it or did he have control? Yes, he had control. Tremendous effort, wasn't it? They held off him. His speed again running on the arc. That is great stuff there by the Leeds skipper. Well, it's a Houston Harris show so far.
Confirmation that it is. Second try of the match for Houston Harris. Well, as I say, probably his preferred position, standoff, and 2 tries in the opening half hour here at Headingley against the London Broncos. And it's going to be a major effort now from the Broncos to come back from this. Harris lines up the conversion attempt from a similar position as the last. He missed then. Has he learned the lesson? Well, he pushed it the other side. Tried to realign the sights and just got it wrong again. 16-0 though. It's a big lead for the Rhinos.
Notice how the decoy will come back on the inside. Harris throws the dummy there, you could see it was Godden. And then he just put on the pace, didn't he? Upper body strength, got him there in the end. What a match. The Welsh winners.
Picks it up though. Leeds are back in possession. Newton to Hay. He'll drive it in.
Watch for the dummy runners.
Newton again. Sheridan. Harris. Forward pass.
Well, he utilised the 2 decoys, didn't they? And Harris is saying, well, you came far too early. Morley was the first one, and Godden had gone out of the blocks. That's what the lead skipper was saying to the centre. Came far too early.
This is Gill, wrapped up by Harris. Edwards to Air. Out wide it goes, Toshak. They just cannot break down this really stout Leeds defence. Millard wrestled to the floor. They will be glad to get into the dressing room at half-time. London regroup and regain their confidence.
Well, you can see clearly there from the high shot that how they forced Edwards back into that central run down the middle. Leeds are moving up very quickly out wide. There they go again, applying the pressure.
Timu stabs it through. He's gone without the ball, the Leeds man.
Offside. We'll play the knock on.
That's half-time. London will be glad it is half-time. Leeds, rampant first half. London haven't really got started. Edwards created a couple of half chances, but Harris with 2 tries and 3 goals. He's come up with the majority of those Leeds points. Great effort from Leeds, but London's captain Peter Gill knows look bang in form for that. And they will have first use of the football in the second half. Adrian Morley taking on Glen Eyre and almost running the little half-back into the ground. Wigan Leeds next Friday, 7 o'clock, Sky Sports 1 at Central Park. An occasion to savour and a grand final preview. I rather fancy that Bradford Bulls, St Helens, Sheffield Eagles, they'll all have a thing or two to say about that between now and the 24th of October at Old Trafford, and Halifax. Let's not forget them. The information line is 0113 234 4455. The kick-off at 6:30. If you want any more information, that's the telephone number for you to ring. Will it be Bradford, Leeds, Halifax, Saints, Sheffield, Wigan? Who will be there? Or will it be the Broncos? Well, how about that for a tackle from Morley? He picked out Tollett and dropped him to the ground.
Stonker. Boom. That's how to put the mop down.
Edwards picks himself up. Beasley, the dummy half. Here's Grant Young. John Keir talking at half-time about them getting their go forward. Well, maybe now they have. Beasley was tracked, though, by Godden. He's claiming there that Godden lost the ball. Beasley is certainly not well. This is Gill. Flicks the pass away, straight into the arms of Morley. They've had half chances, the Broncos. It looks promising, and then this sort of thing happens.
Well, the second phase was there, but it was a little bit late, trying to get the arms free.
Godden, out wide it goes to Cummins. Cummins is down the line. He's going to beat Tollett to the corner. He gets his 14th of the season. Just the start London didn't want.
Looked a shade forward.
Referee just has a little glance at his touch judge. Touch judge happy. And Francis Cummins maintains this tremendous run of tries this year. That's his 90th try for the tackle.
Spotted it well, did the standoff Glen Eyre. Bit of a loose pass. Well, London had to score very quickly after the restart. That's what their coach Tony Curry would have been saying to him. Lift up the tempo a little bit. But I'm afraid it went the other way.
This is Edwards. Now Glen Eyre. Morley wrapped him up almost immediately. He receives the football. And he's hurt, is Glen Eyre. Bang on the top of the head. Bart Williams, dummy half. Dunford gives it to Edwards. This is Tollett. Good tackle by Andy Hay. Just not getting over the advantage line, London, are they? Not getting through them. Might now, Edwards' kick. Straight into the arms of Sterling, though. Sterling's off. Sterling's off. Sterling's through again. Great run from Sterling. Well, you wouldn't believe that he's 34 years old and by far the oldest man on the field.
He read it well, didn't he? Anticipated the kick. Such an elusive runner. And it took another cover tackle by Telson Tollett to put him down.
He's an amazing character, Paul Sterling, 34 years of age. He only came into the game the sport of rugby league from amateur rugby union when he was 29 years of age. But what a servant he's been, first for Hull and now here for Leeds in the Super League. Little dab through, Leeds player goes down in a heap. Sheridan.
I think you'll find that Dunford went for him. It was a neat little kick by Sheridan. Dunford just went straight into him. Smythe got back in time. Yep. Oh, went a high one. Bit of a grab there by Matt Dunford.
So it's a penalty to Leeds. And what will Iestyn Harris do here? There's a debate going on. They've decided to run it.
Well, at 22-0, why not? They really can twist the knife.
Sheridan. Matthew.
Well, this is where he should put the set pieces on. The runarounds, twigs.
Good dart through on that occasion by Glanville. Newton is there, the dummy half. He gives it to Sheridan. Out wide it goes to Harris. Further wide it goes to St. Hilaire. And he was all wrapped up by Matt Toshak. Blackmore. Now Anthony Farrell only just on the field, and Farrell tonight making his 50th consecutive appearance for Leeds. Harris now. Back it goes to Morley. Morley tries to crash through.
Nice move, man coming back on the inside. Morley coming late.
Sheridan, it's opened up for Sheridan, try. Ryan Sheridan with the try. The defence again just melted away. Ever present this year. 8 games as a hooker, but Ryan Sheridan probably in his preferred position at half-back. And that's the 50th of his career. It's milestones all the way tonight.
Good build-up. Scissors move that brought Morley back on the inside. Just through a little dummy, you could see Smythe go out. Nothing that Glenn could do about it. Good play by Gordon. See how he sucks in the defence. Causing two minds, isn't he, Rob Smythe? Sheridan wasn't, though. He knew exactly twice, hasn't he, the big second rower, Adrian Morley, getting back to his best.
High kick from Bart Williams. Harris is after this in goal. They've spilt it, that's a try. And it's Chris Ryan who comes up with the 4 points. Well, that's a gift. There was chaos at the back as the high kick went up. At least 2 Leeds men went for it. They both spilled it. And Ryan accepted an early Christmas present.
Well, Chelton Tollett had problems in the first half. Let's see what Leeds do with it. And that wasn't the best, was it? There was no call there by the winger. 2 of the fullbacks, Sterling and Harris, and that really is bad rugby league football. 2 experienced players like that, and that was
for second and third.
Back up, 1-1, come on, Sean, come on.
Wigan, of course, are miles ahead in terms of points difference at the top of the table. This is Harris. Harris then to Godden, and Godden weaves inside. Dunford and Carroll get to him. Newton, dummy half to Glanville.
Oh, swinging arm there by Glenn Eyre, not seen by the officials. This is getting a bit tasty.
Powell gives it space to Sheridan. Further wide it goes to Harris. Good ball back on the inside to Hay. A good tackle back by Millard, and Hay's lost it.
Knock on, no advantage.
Good build up there,
Let's be careful with
but a very good tackle by Shane Millard. It had to be as well. Hay was coming back on the inside. A superb pass by Harris. He's worked hard as Hay, but the star so far has got to be Iestyn Harris. He's been involved in nearly everything that Leeds has done that has been successful anyway, and also has been involved with allowing London that try. Him and Sterling made a real meal of it, didn't they?
Yes, involved at both ends then. Tollett. Blackmore with the tackle. Retchless. Newton and Hay with the tackle. Oh, dear me.
Total lack of concentration there. Bart Williams, realising that Gill had already gone, he'd shouted for it on the blind side, just lost control. Well, will they put the set move back? bring Harris on the out wide.
There's Powell. There's the man, Harris. Bounces off Smythe, who gets to him second chance. 20 metres out. Cummins. Gill with the tackle. Newton the dummy half again. This is Glanville.
Looks like they're setting up to try to get Morley involved out wide.
Mark, you're in here with that. Swinging it.
Swinging arm.
You're in here.
Cadell the culprit. Well spotted by Russell Smith, who got to keep an eager eye out at the moment. Frustration often leads to lack of discipline.
Again, Leeds elect to run this penalty. Newton is withdrawn now by Graham Murray, and Graham Holroyd comes on. Anthony Farrell
Hands up.
tracks the attentions of three. Sheridan, good ball to Matthew.
Two release back.
Sheridan again. He's obviously dropped into the hooking role. Powell showed the dummy, went for it himself. Desperate defence from Edwards and company.
Oh, good defence. Had to be as well. Morley was really moving onto that football.
Sheridan to Holroyd, first touch. Here's Harris. Now Glanville, he puts it down under pressure from Timu.
No advantage from there, lads. On the four.
Tried to offload the short pass. Loose forward, Glanville couldn't take it in. Again, it was Harris making himself available. Of course, Harris now playing in the full-back position. So he has the opportunity to link into the three quarters out wide.
Get in, Mark. Get in, Moses. Mark, get in.
Gill from the back of the scrum. Smythe. Rob Smythe, the former Wigan junior, of course. Academy international. Great year in 1996 for Rob Smythe. 16 tries in 17 appearances for Wigan. Edwards.
Look at that defence, swarming out wide. It really has been a credit to the entire Leeds outfit. And again, pressure brought that mistake from Tulson Tollett. Big impact tackle.
So play on, because Leeds have it from the knock-on. This now is Godden taking on Timu. He feeds Cummins, who cuts inside and goes away from four of them, then straightens it up. Wrexler's got to him eventually. Too many missed tackles by London. Glanville up the middle, taking Edwards on again.
Well, it just shows you how strong this Leeds defence is. Only one, and that came in the first half, that missed tackle.
Holroyd, out wide it goes to Hay. Quick hands. Oh, Sterling puts it down. Another try was begging there, and Sterling just couldn't take the pass in. The pass maybe was too quick. A great opportunity here for Leeds again. Farrell, Harris, looking to fire a long pass, comes back the other way instead. Has to take the tackle from Shane Millard. Ryan Sheridan, the dummy half. Matthew, Morley on the charge once more. Offside against London. Penalty under the sticks. Matthew takes it quickly. Powell gives it to Holroyd.
Big hit from Glenair. Holroyd would have felt that as well.
Powell to Matthew. Long ball then to Harris. Harris back on the inside to Morley again. Sheridan, Powell, Holroyd. Good stuff from Blackmore, out to Sterling. Sterling just held up short. Great strength from Richie Blackmore though. Leeds will switch the direction of the attack again. Little dab through, Edwards is after it, and Edwards hacks it dead.
The amount of pressure that they have applied to this London Broncos outfit has been outstanding from the Leeds area. It was an intelligent little dip through there by Sheridan. Edwards didn't want any of that. Took the safety option.
Well, I'm sure you've spotted the man of the match, and if you have, that's the number to ring, 0891 33 33 13. And the prize tonight for one of you, a couple of grand final tickets for Old Trafford on the 24th of October. Your votes invited now. 0891 33 33 13. This is Holroyd. Now it's with Powell. Powell showed it to Glanville. London didn't take the dummy. Godden, lovely stuff that. Leeds. Powell at the heart of it. He started it, and Powell finished it. Mesmerising. London's defence in shreds again. Powell with dummies and flicks. Leeds just keep it going, and oh, there's frustration on the face of Tony Curry. But Leeds, a great try from Darryl Powell.
Tremendous stuff. Sheridan long ball out wide. Holroyd, you'll see how Powell runs the angle, use the dummy, Glanville on the inside. He wasn't finished there though. Look at the step here. The man who made his name as a centre now becomes a super sub here at Headingley. He plays his part, still got the skill, also read the game well there. That was neat stuff.
Iestyn Harris, 3 out of 7. This for a 50% success rate. Misses with another. Well, big groan from the Leeds Terraces. All they will hope for is he's saving them up for next Friday and Wigan. Well, Graham Murray has obviously studied the videos, as we said in the first half. He found the Achilles heel of Tolson Tollett early with the high kicks. Believed he wasn't too clever underneath the bombs. And really from the moment that Tollett spilled the first ball, Steve-O, London have been shocked a bit.
Yeah, but I think their attitude when they came into this game, they should have been all fired up, as John Keir mentioned on the touchline before kick-off. He expected that this was the last chance saloon for the Broncos, and they did so well against Wigan last Friday, and I think that it shows clearly that London just cannot put two big games together.
Harris, he picked up the kick over the top, he's on his way. Sheridan's over on him, he's got to hang on. Tollett and Salter getting in with the tackle. Powell from dummy half, dancing one way then the other, then straightens it up. Another 10 metres gain. Sheridan to Farrell.
Basic football from Leeds now, getting over the advantage line with the forwards and then letting the three quarters let fly with something. They've got something cooking out here on the left.
They have, and again they're 3 metres short of the line with Powell. Now it's with Holroyd. Here's Glanville. He tries to burst through. Rexmus inevitably with the telling tackle. Holroyd again. It goes out wide, looking for Godden. Has Godden got it down?
I think he did.
Well, there's a difficult one for the video ref to decide on, but it's right in front of our camera in the corner there.
Most of that, the ball
Smythe trying to take his head off. Salter going for the football.
Just see what happened. The lead up to the line.
Well, I think he gets it down here. If he did, it's tremendous effort. Oh, I think he may have just dropped it. I think he may have just lost it at the vital moment.
Brad Godden's making his way to the bench. He's got to try as he leaves the field to be replaced by Marcus St. Hilaire.
Good defence there by Ryan.
Sterling felt the full weight of Grant Young then. Here's Sheridan. Farrell. Farrell to Holroyd. Holroyd out wide it goes. Harris picks up the bits. London get to him. Smythe and Timu. Oh, and he still gets the ball away.
Little punch thrown in there as well.
That's great play from Iestyn Harris, that. Sheridan now, trying to pinch one himself. Sheridan! Hack dead, drop out underneath the posts. The pressure on this London line and defence is intense.
Well, that's why you put the short kick in there. Went pretty close, didn't he, Sheridan? He's had a fine match.
A few contenders out there for man of the match, Steve-O.
Certainly
Harris,
is.
Sheridan, Morley, Godden.
I think it'll be blue and gold.
Yes.
Get him low, lads, get him low.
Nice for you to agree with me. Look at that.
Oh.
London 25 missed tackles. Leeds still that one from the first half. So it will be pleasing their coach, won't it? And why not?
And I think the clean breaks total is 9-0 or something like that, or last time we saw it, it was. Well, that's the story of this match. It's 10-0 now, the clean breaks against the Broncos.
Well, we expected the Broncos to really get into the faces of the Leeds outfit. They've failed to do that. Leeds have.
Harris picked it up on the bounce. Oh, he's delayed. He's up to the hat-trick. Just tried to get St. Hilaire in on his inside.
Just tried to do a little bit too much there. when really he should have offloaded when he threw the dummy the half break.
Steve, what's alarming, I think, for Tony Curry, this really is the season in a nutshell at Headingley for the Broncos. I mean, they had to win here to have a realistic chance of making the 5. Depends, of course, what happens now on Sunday between Saints and Bradford, and indeed between Wigan and Sheffield. But after this, despite the fact they've got 3 of the contenders to face, as I mentioned earlier, Saints and Bradford at home, Sheffield away, you've got to say that maybe this is the end of the road.
Little doubt in my mind that London can say bye-bye now to any hopes of a playoff spot. Still in with a chance to get that 5th spot before this game kicked off, but the way that they played, it's not a matter of perhaps when last week when they just got beaten by Wigan, but it's the manner that they've lost here, the way that Leeds have controlled things, especially with the way that the forwards have just hammered into a considerably strong pack at London.
Well, your man of the match votes are still required. 0891 33 33 13. London are 4 points behind St Helens and Bradford in the Super League table, and if it ends as a draw on Sunday, there'll be 5, of course, but somebody, I think, will go 6 clear of them. So with 6 matches to play, London have got to hope that somebody loses 4 times.
Mathematically, yes, they can make it.
Can still make it, but realistically,
forget it.
Yeah.
Nice to know you agree with me on some things, at least. But we keep saying that it has not been a sparkling performance by London, but let's also give a little bit of credit to the way that Leeds have certainly played to their game plan. You mentioned, Eddie, the fact that Graham Merry made sure that they bombarded the fullback Telson Tollett, but their defence has been superb. Only 1 missed tackle so far. That's outstanding.
It is. Blackmore trying to release the pass there. Millard was the first to react. Salter, another great tackle by Glanville and Powell. Crunching tackles too. Big Matt Salter picks himself up wearily from that. Here's Peter Gill. Another good tackle. Manages to offload the pass though to Timu. Timu then to Spencer, who's had a nightmare, and off goes St Hilaire. The referee though has got Leeds, I think, for offside. Poor Eddie Spencer.
Well, to be fair to the Warrington boy, that's where it's from, Eddie Spencer. Came from university side, and when he was selected in the 2nd row to start this match, it just shows you perhaps that what problems they do have at London. He's certainly not a forward, not built like one either.
Great tackling again from this Leeds defence. It stood firm as a rock so far. Millard gets through, but Glanville gets to him. Glenair to Edwards. Edwards thought about the pass inside to Salter, took the tackle himself. 7 metres short of the line. Air again. Once more, Leeds say that London shall not pass. Gill looking for Edwards. Edwards will get the try. That was a fumble by Holroyd, and Edwards is given the 4-pointer. Scant consolation for the most decorated man in the game, Sean Edwards, but the try is given.
Far too late, but a good option there by Peter Gill.
And perhaps their season goes west as well. 34 points to 12, a couple of late tries, 1 from Ryan, 1 from Edwards. Both of them converted by Telson Tollett. But Leeds, they have caught the eye with a 34 points to 12 victory. London Broncos, although they're only 4 behind the Bradford Bulls and Saints at the moment, you can't see them coming back, which of course will be music to the ears of the Sheffield Eagles, who are in there fighting, but they have got to go to Wigan on Sunday. If you need any information, the Super League Europe line is open during normal office hours on 0113 234 4455. There'll be 56,000 at Old Trafford that night and it will be the Super League occasion to end them all.
Pretty solid defence yet again from Shane Millard. We said before this match started off that the defence would be the key, and it's proving that way.
Chambers, good tackling though. London, Steve-O, have sorted it, haven't they now? They've got their defence set.
They were very wobbly, weren't they, in the opening 10? Tony Kerry gets the message out pretty quickly. One of the coaches that likes.
Oh, it's a lovely little chip over the top by Breers, but Young read it well. They were waiting for the big long kick, and Breers.
Nice option, wasn't it?
Yes, he just dinked it over the top.
You could see there that London didn't have a sweeper. They often play the early part of the tackle count without the sweeper down the back.
Tollett was almost through. Good tackle on that occasion by Vince Fawcett. Here's Rexless. Wainwright stood his ground. Matheson dummy half. Edwards now. Here's Glenn who started this match very shakily, but this try has done his confidence a lot of good. This now is Timu. Timu, ball inside. There's another try here for Glenn and Glenn gets his second of the match. Well, he started this game dreadfully, did Glenn but he too has rediscovered his confidence, and Darrell van der Velde looks on sternly as Ayr gets his third of Super League, his second of the visit to Warrington, and London are running hot.
Well, they're squaring things up, the London Broncos. Timu, who came out of defence to allow Warrington a try early in the match, certainly made amends with a beautiful break and a superb pass on the inside. There were plenty there. Even Sean Edwards was hoping to get another one, but that's the second one for the standoff Glenayre. Long ball out wide, you can see the dummy, and I'm afraid that Michael Eager just hesitated for the split second. It was sufficient enough for Timu to make a break. Great try, good support play.
Timu created it and Glenayre scored it. And Matheson is bang in front of the sticks. He's kicked 3 from 4. And now he's kicked 4 from 5. And London, from 12-0 down, now lead by 8.
See the short dummy runner, and you can see how the 3 defenders just hesitate. Then when the ball goes out wide, you can see that they're off balance. And that's the reason why Michael Eager couldn't get the big shot on the big centre, John Timu. Good support play by the standoff. Well, what a turnaround for this guy.
And what a turnaround for the Broncos. 20 points in as many minutes as Warrington have gone to sleep. Three clean breaks from Glenayre in the match. 2 of them have created tries, and he had a couple of missed tackles and a couple of poor passes, handling errors early. But my word, has he sorted himself out now, as London have done exactly the same. Millard is offside, didn't retreat the 10 metres.
Well spotted by the referee Robert Connolly there.
Well spotted by Farah too.
You can see how he raced away and he just dinked through, made sure that he made contact, and made sure that the referee had to give the penalty. Full credit though to the London Broncos with the way, especially their coach Tony Kerry made a big gamble in as much that he pushed Tolson Tullett out into the centres to give Glenayre the chance to combine with Sean Edwards. A lot of people thought that Tolson Tullett and Edwards would be the regular half-back pairing.
Farah to Adam Doyle, who switches the direction of the attack to Breers. Timu wouldn't be fooled. Heighton is the dummy half. Here's Wainwright, straight up the middle, support there from Eager. The tackle is now completed. Wainwright again, 10 metres out. Breers, Farah. Farah stabs the ball into the in-goal area. Toshak is there, and Toshak takes the gamble because Farah was following up, chasing his own kick.
Good vision here by the hooker Danny Farah over the top, but good positioning by the fullback Matt Toshak. Just a little bit too long. He's had a fine season, in troubled times here at Warrington.
Well, a big shock is on the cards at Odsal. A quarter of an hour into the second half. The champions are 10 points adrift against the cup winners from Sheffield, 28-18. They've come up with some results this year, Sheffield Eagles, haven't they? Not home and hosed yet at Odsal, but 10 points advantage against the champions in that cauldron. They're doing well.
Ooh, a bit high there. Screen arm by the loose forward Wainwright. They've got away with it. Well, it all boils down to what we've been saying throughout this season, that the top 5 makes it interesting right the way through the full season. And they are not giving up the ghost, are they?
And doesn't that current scoreline at Odsal make the Halifax Blue Sox result on the road in Northampton look pretty impressive?
Certainly does, but John Keir, he said that he had not given up the ghost of making that top 5, and with a performance like that, that's if they continue to do that. Looks like the hooker is injured.
Farrah's in a bit of strife, isn't he?
So they should take the ball away and let someone else play it, but well, giving plenty of time is the referee Robert Connolly.
Heighton trying to struggle to his feet. Grant Young was all over him.
Well, it's at this point now that the Warrington halfback Lee Breers really should try to inject himself and perhaps take on this London defence, who have got themselves sorted out.
Here's Breers now. This is Wainwright. Looking wide for Eager. Timu's got him, but he gets the ball away to Roach. Good tackling back by Mattison, and Edwards was there for support as well. Here's Breers now. Good ball to Hilton, who'll trundle it down the middle. Well watched by Mattison.
Good defence yet again by Mattison, the loose forward, who's had to go into the hooking role.
Roach picks up the loose ball. It's still the last tackle this. Breers saw that. That's why he's hoisted the kick. Toshak's underneath it. So too is Chris Ryan. And there's the half-time siren. Well, what a match. It has flowed from end to end.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get love the Dragons, but I'm the Sharkies. We love the Steelers, we love the Eagles. We love the Panthers, we love the Raiders. We love the Rabbitohs, we love the Knights. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down.
It's half-time in the Super League match between Warrington and the London Broncos, and Warrington, having led 12-0, have conceded 20 points in as many minutes at the end of the first half, and they now trail by 20 points to 12, and Glen Eyre is on a hat-trick. Substitute in Edinburgh. He'd missed the previous 2, but he made his first appearance in the Super League against Wolfie's Wolves at the Stoop in April, when London won by 14 points to 4. So 20-12 the Broncos lead, and it's going to be Terry Mattison who will get this second half in motion. And it's a long way from London to Warrington, and for somebody it's going to be a long